Shalom, shalom, family. Damn. Oh, again, shalom, family. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the one true power, which is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is the Most High God. Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus the Christ. Rakakadash is the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders in Great Millstone who've been ruling well through the Spirit and bringing forth 100% of the Most High's doctrine through the Rakak Wadash. Lord willing that they can continue to endure and be sincere. A mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching this truth and believing this truth to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Spirit is upon them to endure and to strive. Shalom to the Akwathium that are believers of His word. Lord willing, you can continue to pursue in your lot, being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. You see the title is just a part 2. We got to go through hell in order to get our heaven. And I'm going to start with some verses that brothers brought out at camp. You know, Shem Yawala was bringing out Sirach chapter 4, and I think he started at 16 or 15, all the way down to 18 in the KJV. I'm at work. I'm reading that whole chapter again. And then I went to the GNT because sometimes it hits you with that plain English. But when you go into KJV, it says her. Technically really talking about wisdom. In the GNT, it fully shows you that he's talking about wisdom for anybody with lower understanding. But when you're reading it GNT, it smack you even more, you know. It smack you to go back to the KJV and be like, dang. And just off of the title, we must go through hell in order to get our heaven. And wisdom is guiding you through this trial, you know. So let me see. So this is the picture that I put on the screen. You know, every day we in this hellhole, we thinking about our kingdom. I mean, Lord willing you are. I know the hopeful elect is really thinking about it. You know, people be saying, man, I can't wait for this and that. And I'd be like, man, I really don't want to be here. I cannot wait to get out of here. I don't want to work for these mothers. And they be like, yeah, me too. They don't even understand. They don't even comprehend what I'm talking about. You know, I want the action to happen so the world can see that the true children of Yahweh Shema Shai is the Hebrew Israelites. You know, the 12 tribes that have been scattered four corners of the earth. But you're going to see it abundantly who the men of the Lord in America, because they're going to stand boldly. And they've been doing it every day. And it's going to be accounted so that when this day come, all you fools that didn't want to take it serious, but you want to be in la la land, you want to enjoy yourself, you going to know who are the men of the Lord and who are the children. And you're going to be trying to run to get, but it's over when that door closed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the verses that brothers was reading at camp. Sirach, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 15. It says, whosoever giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. Right? You're going to be secure if you have wisdom. It says, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her. So if you commit yourself to wisdom, just like you commit yourself to a woman, right, you're going to inherit wisdom, right? It says his generation shall hold her in possession. When you go to Sirach, the 30th chapter, let's see. Sirach, the 30th chapter. and I believe verse 6. It says, let me start at 5. It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him a avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. He that maketh too much of his son. Wait, no, that's not it. Right? But that's basically it. But then you jump up to verse 4. It said, let me start at 3. It says, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. Before his friends he shall rejoice of him. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead. For he hath left one behind that is like himself, which is the child. And just like when Yahushua, when he died, when we go to Mark, I believe the 18th chapter, he said basically he left his house to other servants. You know, he left his house in authority to other servants. Because the Pharisees and Sadducees, you wicked niggas, wasn't doing a good job. So us coming into this now, the true teachers are rising. They're not in this thing for debating. They're not in this thing for a back and forth argument. They're in here to edify the elect, and that's the whole point. Because throughout our time, the children of the Lord was always seeking out the elite, the elect, the ones that's gonna hear it, the ones that's gonna be converted, and praying and praising the Lord each and every day. You got to come in this truth with a converted heart. So the only way we gonna get to that kingdom, because a lot of us would be like, oh man, I'm getting tired. Oh, we bringing the same scriptures out. We doing it again. We at the same spot. People don't want to listen. People don't care. That's the point of this. You know, all your forefathers had to deal with getting stoned, people coming up against them, and you just getting upset that they don't want to hear it. This is why Elder Tahar said, man, we only out here to teach the elect. We don't care about you niggas that just want to be niggas, man. So again, Sirach chapter 4, verse 17, outside of 16, because of what we just read, it says, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. Verse 17, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, terrible ways. Really just, she'll walk with you in this world, right? It says, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws, right? How are you going to be disciplined, right? You're going to be disciplined through the ways of the Lord, because you know Yahweh is all about order and decency. Eventually, wisdom is going to push you in a position of order and decency. Sometimes you might get in this thing by yourself, and the Lord, or the Rakakwadash, the wisdom would draw you to other brothers. And now your head might be like, oh, I want to be the leader, or this and this and that. Or your spirit might just be humble and just want to get in this thing, want to have brothers, want to sharpen your sword, right? Because wisdom make you humble. Wisdom is already going to have you in your position, but wisdom is not going to have you stressing your role, your position, your title in this thing, because it was already destined what title you was going to have. If you was going to make a camp and be a leader of a camp, the Rakak Wadash, that wisdom was going to already bring you to having your own camp. But if you just came and joined brothers, that wasn't your goal. That goes back to Ecclesiastes 6 and 10. There's no point of arguing to the Most High about your destiny. You in this, you in this. If you a soldier, you a soldier. If you came in this thing, you a captain or elder or priest, that's what you is. But stay in your lot. You know, we got works to do. Now I'm gonna read this in the G&T. I'm gonna go a little farther up. In the title in the G&T, it says wisdom as a teacher. And that goes back onto the other lesson too, because it's really the Rakak Wadash that's teaching us. Now, you do see me teaching you, but to be honest, like Elder Tahar and Apostle and Asher, the brother I labor with, he always says it's not me. You know, it's not us. It's not us. It's the spirit of the Most High within us. And if you believe that, you better know that it's the spirit within you that's feeding. It's never you. It's not this flesh. It's not us. I don't know my heart. So it's not me coming up with this mastery, eloquent speech. It's the spirit within me, because I believe in the Lord, and the Lord gave me a gift to be eloquent. He gave me a gift to break down these scriptures because of the spirit of wisdom is upon us, right? So here we go. Sirach chapter 4 in the G&T, the Good News Translation. It says, wisdom take care of those who look for her. She raises them to greatness. So you have to look for wisdom. You know what that made me think of? My classical scripture, you know? Dang. I mean, I'm gonna just go to the classic because I know if I go to this, I'm gonna be ready to go to other ones, so I won't do it. This is First Chronicles chapter 16, and we'll just go to the point, verse 11. Seek Yahweh in His strength, seek His face continually. The more you seek the Lord, eventually you're gonna bump into wisdom because it's very plain. Because the Lord is based off of wisdom. Yahweh Shai is based off of wisdom. So the more you seek the Lord, the more you're gonna be held in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? And you'll be able to comprehend it, right? It says, verse 12, loving her is loving life itself. Rising early to look for her is pure joy, right? So loving life is really loving Yahweh Shai. Raising up early is the opposite of this verse in Jeremiah, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 32, verse 33. It says, and they turn their back unto me and not the face. Though I taught them rising up early and teaching them, yet they have not hearkened to receive instruction. Right? The Spirit of the Lord is going to wake up early. The Spirit of the Lord, when we go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, wisdom, you know what? Let me get it for you. You know, wisdom is waking up early. Wisdom is at night. Wisdom is about that life. Wisdom not resting, right? Let me see. Wisdom is a moving motion. I want to get that one. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passive and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. So through the pureness of the just or the righteousness of Jeremiah, right? Wisdom was going through him and had him rising up early to teach these brothers and sisters, just like boot camp or a Marine Corps. They wake up early, soon as it's dawn. You know, because you got to think, even when you go to Chinatown, a lot of Chinese, Korean, Tokyoans, Agroans, whatever you want to call them, Ammonites, Moabites, when they open up their marketplace, they open up right before dawn, like right before it hit, you know. So I just had to get that precept. But loving her is loving life itself. So if you love wisdom, you're really loving Yahushai. Technically, we go to Wisdom of Solomon 9. You go to many verses. Yahushai is wisdom. Spiritually, wisdom is that female trait, right? Because this teaching is for men, you know, and men love women. So that's why the Lord made the bliss talk of wisdom as a woman. But if you put it in flesh, when word became flesh, it's really Yahushai, right? But 13, it says, anyone who obtains wisdom will be greatly honored, right? Wherever he goes, the Lord will bless him. Now, I'm not trying to go crazy with the precepts. I'm gonna just show Yahushai, right? He said, get honor. Now we can go to many other ones, like I can go to David when he becomes a king, but the Lord was really dealing with this man on a spiritual level, right? So if you go to read Luke chapter 2, read 42 to 52. You can read 41 to 52, where it goes to Yahushai conversing with teachers, right? He's asking questions and answering questions. But the point I want to go to, let me start at 49, but the point is 52. It says, and he said unto them, how is it that ye sought me? Was ye not that I must be about my father's business? In this narrow path, in this hell of a hell, we must do the business that the Lord has given us. Let's not be slothful in his business, because wisdom is that's that narrow path. That's the difficult point. You're working every day for the Lord, right? It says, and they understood not the saying which he spake unto them. And he went down with them and said, and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart. And Yahushua increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man. You know, same with David and Solomon. Same with Jeremiah when it comes to the Most High and when it comes to actual believers, right? And look at us now. Jeremiah is getting favor, you know. He's getting exalted to the level that he's at because we're bringing out his scriptures. Yo, Jeremiah knew about the end. You know, this is bringing forth the words that he did. It's saying that we believe in what Jeremiah was speaking because Jeremiah believed in Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, so again, anyone who obtains wisdom will be greatly honored, right? So Jeremiah, he's greatly honored because he was speaking truth. That goes back to the other lesson. He had 100% doctrine for that time. You know, Paul had 100% doctrine at that time. I had to skip all the way through because when you go past the disciples really is going into learning. When they become an apostle, you know, Yahweh Shai look at them as being worthy. You know, that's why Yahweh Shai basically after he left, he said he was going to pour the Holy Ghost upon them, right? And then when we see in the book of Acts later on, that fully Rakak Wadash flooded upon them, right? And that's why we need Yahweh Shema Shai in this terrain. We need him in this path, right? Because they get difficult. And without Yahweh Shema Shai, it's like, you know, like when you in the alley and there's no street lights. I know in certain cities and certain places it's different, but like say if you go to the falls, they got certain alleys where it's dark. You go to the west side, there's certain backways where there's no light, you know. Without Yahweh Shema Shai, there's no light anywhere. That's why when the men of the Lord get off the corner, it's gonna get so difficult for you niggas, right? But the elect is sealed, you know. But let's keep it going. It says, wherever he goes, the Lord will bless him. Wisdom's servants are the servants of the Holy One, and the Lord loves anyone who loves her. What? Wisdom's servants are the servants of the Holy One. Wisdom's servants are servants of the Holy One. Who's the Holy One? Hamashiach Yahushai. You know? And this is why I'm just going to go to this, because this right here is the killer, right? This to me is the killer. This is my motivation. And ain't nobody taking my motivation away from me. I tell you that. I tell you that. Is this the one I want? Yep, this is the one. Let me read this again. Wisdom of Solomon, Sirach chapter 4, and verse 14. Wisdom's servants are the servants of the Holy One, and the Lord loves anyone who loves her. Now, I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to go to this other verse, right? This other verse, which is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 28, right? So let's read it. This is Mark chapter 13, and I'm going to start at 33. It says, take ye heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, which is the apostles and the prophets, the deacons, the bishops, the evangelists, right? And to every man his work, and commanded the porter, which is a doorkeeper, to watch. The prophet, apostles, the men of the Lord are doorkeepers. Watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at evening or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning. Right? We still got to wait for Yahushua to get us to that heaven, to get you beamed up. That's why you must work. It's in this hell, it's hard out here for an Israelite. You know how Terrence Howard, it's hard out here for a pimp. No, it's hard out here for the elect. When you trying to get that spirit for your, oh no, I'm sorry. Lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all. Watch. The elect is not sleeping. Man, we've been sleeping. You've been sleeping when you had that blunt right at the corner of your lip like this. You've been sleeping, you know? So you see Yahushua showing his servants. His servants is the disciples, the apostles, the prophets, the one that's in oneness. Now, let's get this precept. I'm moving quick because I have to go back to work, and this is baking right now. And I gotta finish what I started. You know, you don't want to start something and don't finish. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 7. I'm gonna start at 27 because the point is 28. It says, and being but one, she could do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. That's why the elect men, when they come back as a child and come back through this thing, whatever age you is, wisdom is gonna make you new, right? Make you who you was back then. If you come back serving the Lord, you was always serving the Lord. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 10. There's no point in arguing your destiny, because whatever you plan, if you was a drug dealer, you was a drug dealer back then, or whatever you want to be a delinquent, you was a delinquent back then, right? It says, And all ages entering unto holy souls. She maketh them friends of the Most High and prophets, right? Wisdom is not making you a whole, a pro. No, wisdom is going to make you a friend and a prophet, right? It says, for the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. That's to even show you that this ministry is based for men. Women look at men and be a reflection of men, but this is about men. If men don't dwell with wisdom, because that we're under Yahushai, so we have to go to wisdom. So if a man don't dwell with wisdom, the Lord don't love you. And we just read here was Sirach 4 verse 14. No, 14. Wisdom's servants are the servants of the Holy One, Hamashiach Yahushai, which is the elect, and the Lord loves everyone who loves her, right? And we see, unless you dwell with wisdom, the Lord don't love you. But if you dwell with wisdom, the Lord loves you, right? 15. Those who obey her will give sound judgment, right? That's going out to the highways and byways. And hold on, let me just get this classic, like your man always say. You can go to second Ezra. Actually, let me go to that one. You got Isaiah 58 and 1. But let's go to second Ezra chapter 1 verse 5. Go thy way and show my people their sinful deeds, and their children their wickedness, which they have done against me, that they may tell their children. Part of this path is telling your brothers and sisters this, and guess what? They buck up against you, you know? And some of them could probably be one of those elect, and they like, yeah, and then they don't get it because they too comfortable in their limelight. And then eventually they get hit with a situation, and then they start coming to the Lord. Everybody has the Lord brings everybody back into this word in different ways, right? It says those who pay attention to her may those who pay attention to her have true security, right? Paying attention to her is always observing, always watching, right? Why do we say in Baruch, it has to be the Rakak Wadash that will put this spirit on you. This is Baruch chapter 4 verse 28. It says, for as it was your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. In this narrow path, that's the only thing we can do. Outside of this ministry, what else you got? You can't say family because your family is part of this ministry. Give me something else. Don't say work. A man that don't provide is worse than the infidel. We got to provide. Doing all that extra shit, that's not on our caliber. You have to come back to the thought that you were a god, you were a king before all of this. So having a six figure, that is puny to a king, to a Lord. The Lord said he made this world for our sakes. Get in the bag. Me driving my little beautiful little Batmobile is not like we got to get back into a king mentality, you know, a king mentality, right? So again, Sirach chapter 4 verse 16, it says, put your trust in wisdom and you will possess her and pass her on to your descendants. Did you see that I just read that in Sirach chapter 30? Start at verse 4 and read down. You know, the father grieves the enemy when he teaches son. When the father dies, it's okay. He don't have to die in sorrow because he left somebody just like himself, his son. This is why I'm hard on my son TJ. But because he's a child, this is about the parents. Whatever we do, our kids is fine as long as we work. But you in this faith, you want your kids to believe in the Lord too. So you're gonna tell your kids, hey, go read. Hey, yo, kid, you gotta do this. You gotta put your kids to a level of believing in the Lord the same way they believe in the dumbass tooth fairy or Christmas or Halloween or Easter. You got to put the fear of the Lord in your children too, right? So verse 17, it says at first, wisdom will lead you along difficult paths. She will make you so afraid that you will think you cannot go on, right? And this is that self-doubt. What's the verse? My wife, she was just sending it to me, and I was just saying it. You know, the Lord tell us not to doubt. You know, when you come in this thing, don't doubt. That's why when he gives you the Rakak Wadash, it's not going to give you the time to doubt. It's the flesh that doubt, you know. Now I will go get that precept, but you know, for time's sake, I got to keep going because I don't want to be late to going back. So it says she will make you so afraid that you would think you cannot go on, and that's a good thing, you know, because you want the fear of the Lord, but you don't want to have that fear where you like, oh, I don't want to go on. Then you start quitting, you start slowing down, you stop making videos. No, fuck that. It says, the discipline she demands will be tormenting, and she will put you to the test with her requirements until she trusts you completely. You want me to tell you the requirements? With Great Millstone, they say you got to do 3 videos. If you not, you getting cut from the camp. That shit would be scary because now you're hold to a standard. You must be reading, you know. Then you have some curriculum where brothers, before they even get on the line, they gotta read for a minute. You know, you gotta read for a minute, or you got a whole line. You gotta be watching the videos. You gotta be in the comment section. It comes to wisdom. Wisdom holds you accountable on every angle, man. Don't you know? Wisdom will even help you get a wife, because you know a loving silent woman is a gift. You get a wife. What did the Lord say? Dwell with her according to knowledge. Now, if you don't do that, wisdom is testing your ass, man. Right? Um, Verse 18, it says, then she will come to you with no delay, reveal her secrets to you. The Lord won't do nothing, Amos 3:7, but reveal his secrets to the prophets. Psalms 25 verse 14, the secrets of the Lord are revealed to them that fear him. And it's wisdom that give it, because wisdom has to trust you by seeing if you fear the Lord. Very plain, very simple. Then she will come to you with no delay, reveal her secrets to you, and make you happy. Make you happier than the LGB community. Because happy is not the LGB community where you go against the ways of the Lord. Happy will make you to continue to serve the Lord. Happy will make you continue to praise the Lord. Happy will make you not be ashamed of your power. Verse 19. But if you go astray, she will abandon you and let you go to your own ruin. When you go to Sirach chapter 6, I believe 20 or 22, it says wisdom is unpleasant to the unlearned. So if you don't hold her and you let her go, you're finished. So when you get hold of wisdom, don't let her go. Don't let Sophia go. You rub on that baby and say, I love you, girl. You tell her this is mine. This is mine. You ain't going nowhere. Because the Lord has given wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to the children of Israel. Go to Psalms chapter 147 and read 19 and 20. Who was the law, statutes, and commandments given to? Whoever the law, statutes, and commandments was given to, the covenant, the oath, the law, and the prophets was only given to those people. And I'm going to yield because Yahweh died for those people. That's how hard this is. This is very hard because your faith has to be beyond your actions. I have to go, but Lord willing, you working hard in this hellhole to get your heaven. Shalom, Yahweh speed.